the course of time, humanity needed to exceed the limitations of land. They chose to conquer the skies, the water, and space, but after all was said and done, deep in their hearts, men still hunger for the life beyond the seamless universe. Beyond technology, logic, and all the forces that govern the secular world. It was written in the scrolls of ancient about a time, a people, a dispensation of the move of God like never seen before, spearheaded by a vessel that resides straight from the counsel of God, backed by mega signs, prophecies that humanity cannot comprehend, neither can the forces of the world stop. Could it be God is communicating to us?
There is not any man, prophet, psychic, whatever you may call them, that has stood in front of masses and has been that detailed and that specific about things year in, year out, and you have seen them before you. There is not, you will go to the north, south, east, there is not a single man or woman. I'm telling you that I know what I'm talking about.
We were given a glimpse of what would happen in 2018 because we were in touch with a unique prophet. Here are some of the events foretold by Prophet Elvis Mbonye this year that all came to pass with startling precision. This is a prophet with an undisputed record of national and international fulfilled prophecies. One who carries far more authority than his location of origin would imply. One of these very prophecies involves the details of fires to multiple building offices in the city.
I saw a thing that I did not capture it properly, so I did not know whether it was symbolic. I saw a building burning, and this wasn't one of those business buildings. This was like one of the offices, official, not business, those things. It was one official, and it raises a lot of talk as well as to who did this, what was getting rid, and it's one of those things which I think we will need to keep in prayer, that it might not create some kind of star that is so negative.
In the prophecy, it was detailed that there would be a fire, and specifically that it would involve official buildings. When the news broke of the story, it reported that many offices of Boda Boda 2010 had burnt down.
The arrest of the feared vigilante come militia leader Abdallah Chitata spread like a wildfire. Today, the offices of the notorious militia he led were also torched by angry mobs.
The attack on the offices of Boda Boda 2010, which happened this morning, police did swing into action to halt it. These attacks were in the areas of Old Kampala and other places where Boda Boda 2010 had offices.
Secondly, the prophecy mentioned that there would be questions of who did this. This breaking news story centered around everyone asking about the activities of Boda Boda 2010. This prophecy also mentioned questions of what was getting rid of who. The news story highlights the back and forth between the police and Central Military Intelligence as to who would be in charge of this particular case.
Inspector General Police General Kare Kaihura has come under fire following the crackdown by military intelligence on the notorious Border 2010 Association, who have terrorized rival border riders and other Ugandans.
His only link to us is that he helps us to fight crime.
Lastly, the prophecy spoke of how this would create a stir in the nation. This particular news story caused such a stir that it led to the government intervening for the sake of national security.
A recent report on the state of the rule of law in Uganda, released by the Uganda Law Society, called on government to look into the legality of the organization.
Before us is one with whom an encounter not only supersedes mental comprehension, it is a direct portal to our spiritual illumination, the pathway to our God-given dominion, mysteriously wrapped in a man whose impact is immeasurable as the inexhaustible depth of heaven's glory. And it is our unmitigated privilege to reverently bestow the highest grace, prominence, distinction, and all-worthy double honor to the leader of this global spiritual awakening, Prophet Elvis Mbonye. We have been blessed with the indescribable honor of hosting a delegate of an unmatchable authority. The prophet gifted by heaven to our generation has consistently been a symbol of intercession and divine intervention in what would have been otherwise catastrophic situations, as evidenced by this astounding prophecy on January 2nd, 2018.
I saw something that was dangerous and I prayed about it. It was like a plane landing on like a busy place. A crash, like landing, like the way you would land like in a town. Very, very dangerous thing that I prayed against.
It all started at 5:45 on Wednesday morning. The pilot piloting a plane from Medicine Hat to Calgary experienced some sort of engine problem and decided she couldn't make it all the way to the airport a couple kilometers north of here, so she decided to set it down on 36th Street Northeast, just south of 16th Avenue. Now, it's incredible no one was injured in this incident, and why that's so incredible is because it's just so congested in this part of Calgary. Not only do you have the C-train tracks down the middle of the road, you've got the line right above there, you've also got a C-train station just south of here, and I'm told the pilot actually came underneath the lights there at 12th Avenue. Now, she just barely clipped one of the light poles there, a little bit of damage to the right wing, but she was still able to do what looks like a pretty perfect landing here in the middle of 36th Street.
The aspect of preservation would also be on display as the prophet prayed against the danger in the prophecy. As a result, the plane would miraculously land on the street with no casualties on the plane or in the street, and disaster was averted. And as a nation chosen to not only witness firsthand these prophecies declared and fulfilled precisely and accurately as they're foretold, but also as the first partakers of this grace, we deliberately express our praise, gratitude, and celebration of double upon double honor to the one ordained by God, prophet to the nations, Prophet Elvis Mbonye.
The Prime Minister and her government have already been found to be in contempt of Parliament.
A danger around the Prime Minister, who is Theresa May.
Do the right thing, resign.
I will contest that vote with everything I've got.
January 2nd, 2018.
And there was a gentleman that was involved in it, and his name was called Jeremy.
The Prime Minister and her government have already been found to be in contempt of Parliament. Her behaviour today is just contemptuous of this Parliament.
Now the Spirit of God said, this year there is a danger around the Prime Minister, who is Theresa May. And he told me to cover her because she is the appointed leader for the UK. So I saw, well, after seeing these massive strikes, I saw something like a danger about her, like she is not secure. And it went even to areas of her health. The Spirit of God says, protect her and cover her.
10 months later, news media was awash with reports of UK Prime Minister facing a vote of no confidence that threatened her position as party leader and, more importantly, her position as UK Prime Minister, all spearheaded by the opposition party leader, Jeremy Corbyn, just as the prophecy had accurately revealed.
The Prime Minister's appalling behaviour needs to be held to account by this House, as indeed the people of this country are more and more concerned about the ongoing chaos at the centre of her government.
True to the unique precision of this prophetic grace, Theresa May retained her position as party leader and Prime Minister of the UK government, despite the fact that all odds were completely against her. There are major events that characterized the year 2018 that were prophesied in the years past, so pivotal they brought nations to a standstill. One such event threatened national security.
They which belonged together of the same household have even now fallen out, the same household, and they have been all along.
President Yoweri Museveni shakes up the two major security institutions in the country that have been in the news over alleged bickering.
We also saw fights between General Kale Kaihura and General Tumukunde, something that has raised many questions as to how the security of this country has been managed.
There's a big scandal that is coming in the realm of the medical world, and death resulted in it, and some shall even be brought to the courts of justice.
The Ministry of Health has suspended vaccination camps for hepatitis B by private providers.
Not until the NDA gives us the true picture, the content of the vaccine, we are not going to vaccinate in private hospitals and clinics.
3 people have already been arrested.
The central bank, and I see more scrutiny, and I see some falling away.
The central bank has come under scrutiny, and following a reported 457 billion loss, Parliament is concerned.
The governor states that not even the President of Parliament can direct on the affairs of the central bank. The Inspector General of Government has hit back, saying the Constitution gives her office all the powers to investigate administrative issues in the central bank.
Number one position on the memo announcing the reshuffle is the Executive Director, Supervision.
There's a scheme that is being laid out there that is dangerous. It is actually huge terror and touching very key figures that Ethiopia, that nation.
A grenade attack in Addis Ababa injured over 150 people and killed 1.
The grenade exploded close to where Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed was sitting. 4 members of the security forces came onto the stage and led Abiy Ahmed to safety.
There's one leader in the south, he passes on abruptly. It actually is some dawn of a new era in that nation.
Loyal party supporters shaken by the unexpected death of Mozambique's opposition leader. Afonso Dhlakama died of a suspected heart attack.
We're in another place in Him. We're in another place in Him. We're in another place in Him. Another place in Him. This place is where you'll find.
After experiencing Prophet Elvis' gift,
I need to pray that God sharpens mine more. So I got to fast more. I got to pray more. His spiritual antennas are extremely sharp. What Prophet Elvis has spoken and just in the political field, in the entertainment world, government, and especially about the chopper that crashed, just all those different things. I'm like, wow.
Strange, mysterious, strong words used to describe things and events that are simply inexplainable. It could be interstellar, it could be metaphysical, sometimes inconceivable. In a nutshell, something outside the normal. This is the magnitude of what dawned on me when a man stood before thousands of witnesses and multitudes streaming from all over the world and said,
"This was strange, and it was given to me in a very strange and mysterious way as well."
When a man details events in the coming year that are inconceivable, it is worth an unbiased consideration. 2nd January 2018.
I went to a place, and this was strange, and it was given to me in a very strange and mysterious way as well. Because I saw in that place, this was another planet in that place. And I saw they were discussing, and everything seemed like allegorical or symbolic from what their leader was telling them. And from the discussions, it was about things that they want to implement. Then I saw it was almost like they had written Parliament 1 and then Parliament 2. And they were discussing the differences between Parliament 1 and Parliament 2. Those were very real words. I saw Parliament 1 and Parliament 2.
Speaker Rebecca Kadaga and former Premier Mama Mbabazi met for the second time this year, and this time not on the floor of Parliament. Mbabazi, however, called for the creation of the second chamber of the House to accommodate experienced legislators.
We should have a forum where people of wisdom, people of experience can channel in a practical way.
What is so peculiar about this prophecy is its unprecedented nature concerning the idea of the two-tier parliament that has never happened in the history of Uganda's governance. Even at the time of the prophecy, there was not even a sign that it was in the plans for parliament. A prophet walks in our midst, seeing and preserving national and international leaders. His declaration on every topic and aspect of life, from business and family to the governance of nations, has come to pass precisely again and again. This prophet, Prophet Elvis Mbonye, is clearly one whose everyday experience is this dominating life. And as the one chosen and proven to be God's chosen prophet and gateway to wealth and dominion in our generation, he is clearly one worthy of double honor. Before us is one who has proven God's manifest presence, Prophet Elvis Mbonye. More than precisely prophesying the winners of the Oscars 2018, many of the movies and categories he picked out are so abstract and far from popular and mainstream that even regular movie buffs wouldn't know them. Many of these actors and names were not familiar to him. And as if that is not enough, this is still not a subject of interest to him. January 2nd, 2018.
Okay, this year I have not seen the Oscars. So no Oscars this year. Unless you want me to prophesy it here. Do you want me to prophesy it here?
Prophet Elvis Mbonye not only accurately prophesied the Oscars at the start of January before they even confirmed nominees for the second year in a row, but this time he did it of his own resolve.
I didn't see the Oscars, but if you want to, I can go there right here. What I'm attempting to do here is not an easy thing. If I had done it when I am alone, secluded, it's one thing, because I know what I do and I know what it takes. There are certain prophetic revelations which you've got to pass certain barriers in the spirit. Hollywood, to the large extent, is dominated by demonic entities. And high-level demons at that, because they're the ones who actually control the psyche of men. So now, the reason as to why I can do it here is to show you that Jesus is Lord over Hollywood. And also some of our guys and who are in entertainment here to know that you are under a grace that those Hollywood guys cannot hide. When you are told over and over again that when you come here, you've really come to a place unlike any other in the world. I know what I'm talking about. And you should know what that actually means, because no one I know can do it. But I can do it. To be subject to interpretation, if I get the interpretation wrong, it is because of the timing here. So I want you to understand that this is a high-level thing I'm going to attempt to do here in a short time span. So I'm bound to get certain interpretations that I tap in. Not rightly, but you will know. You will know that there is no office in the entire world First, keep it up quite a bit. I hear best adapted screenplay. And I hear the one who takes it. I hear call me by your name.
And the Oscar goes to James Ivory, Call Me By Your Name.
This is the first Oscar in 4.
I hear Best Animated Feature. Then I see Coco.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature Film.
And the Oscar goes to Viva Latinoamérica, Coco!
I see the one who takes the production design, best production design. The Shape of Water, the movie The Shape of Water.
And the Oscar goes to The Shape of Water.
I hear Best Film Editor. and I see Dunkirk, Dunkirk.
And the Oscar goes to Dunkirk, Lee Smith.
Then I see Best Actor, Gary Oldman.
And the winner is Gary Oldman.
Sound editing, Dunkirk.
And the Oscar goes to Dunkirk, Richard King and Alex Gibson.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Alex Gibson.
I'm hearing a song. Remember Me, best song, Remember Me.
And the Oscar goes to Mexico, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez for Remember Me. Coco.
This is the second Oscar winner.
And so shall you know, and so shall you see, that this day, which is the 2nd of January, where not even the nominations, nothing, so shall you know that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of prophecy, is in your midst and is with you.
This is more than a man. This is a global authority, one who decrees great things for the world to see. And yet the major influencers we have known are powerless to change it. And this, for such a gift as this to our lives, it is our privilege, our exceptional prestige, and our opportune sacred duty to show our continued gratitude, reverence, ceremonious celebration, and more than worthy unrelenting display of double upon double honor to one heaven itself deemed fit to ordain and appoint prophet to the nations, Prophet Elvis Mbonye. The mysteries of God have been hidden in the vessel of Prophet Elvis Mbonye. More than just the accuracy of the prophecies is the mystery behind them, revealing what God is doing in this age.
This exactly is the reason the Lord brings you before a prophet. If the prophet can pick up on something that has not yet showed up in the physical, and he declares it to you, and you see it, he can tell you that your money is being counted. Glory to God. I hear a sound of an abundance. Glory to God.
To become an heir of gold, visit our partnership desk every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. at Zoe Grounds opposite KCCA Stadium, or visit our website at www.prophetelvis.com/heirs of gold. It's a lifestyle.